This is now the second year that Enlightened Solutions is winning an Excellence in Treatment Award. What do you think accounts for the fact that your treatment is so effective?
I think the way that we combine our clinical and our holistic treatment views in treatment are two of our biggest strengths. Like we really look at each client as an individual, and we go through everything, from the time of pre-admissions to, the time of discharge. We're looking at every aspect of each individual's recovery, what they need moving forward, what are their strengths, what are the things that they have opportunities to grow within. And we're able to really customize their treatment plans with really great clinical approaches that are, evidence-based and, really well studied, but not generic. Like our treatment every single day is different. The only thing that is consistent in our program as far as like a treatment track is our DBT informed or our DBT adherent treatment program. The DBT adherent program, they're meeting twice a week in group therapy, and they're learning 2 DBT skills per week. They have 24/7 phone coaching, and they're able to really dig into learning so many new tangible skills.
Like, give
The
me
rest
an
of
example. What would somebody focus on this week, for example?
So this week, I believe they were looking at distress tolerance. So we were teaching them how to learn how to be more tolerant of themselves. They're learning how to like scale their distress, scale their anxiety, scale their depression, and implementing those new skills and learning how to like understand better what those triggers are that happen for them to engage in new healthy behaviors versus the same behavior that they used to, which would be either using or self-harm or, falling into that pit of despair of depression. The rest of the time that the clients are, here in treatment, other than our DBT program, they're really engaging in groups that are customized to them every single day. So the clinical team meets in the morning. We talk about all of the clients, what are their current needs, and then we come up with like a fun, engaging topic for them to work on. So we'll see like what the commonalities are between each client, and then we'll break them out into smaller groups to really dig in and focus on what are those clinical goals on the treatment plan? What are the barriers for them moving forward? And then really being able to just nail it clinically. In addition to the horticultural therapy and the nutrition that's being integrated into their treatment plans too. So the clients are, on the treatment plan, it says like, they're going to engage in yoga and Reiki, sound healing, aromatherapy, equine therapy, music therapy, art therapy, like all of those more non-traditional things that happen in holistic care where there isn't a lot of research is really being implemented here in addition to that clinical. So the client's day will bookend. So they start with holistic, then they're in clinical services, and then they finish with a holistic service. So in the morning, we get them back in their bodies so that they can engage in the clinical work. In the afternoon, we get them back in their bodies after, they're going through that deep clinical process.